Hey guys, what's up? JK with Porn Reboot here. Heading home from the gym to begin what will be a very productive workday. I believe that. And as I was leaving, I was remembering a conversation that I had with a client of mine 2 days ago. And I decided to shoot a video about it. And it is about anxiety. One of the things I'm going to be doing quite a bit this year is breaking down the different roots, the different problems that are causing you to keep being dependent on porn. I think all the different communities that address this have done a great job about talking about the biological and behavioral aspects of having problems with pornography and masturbation. They've talked about rewiring the brain, what happens to your brain, all these things. You should know that by now. You don't need to be on my channel to learn about that because there are so many people talking about it and their experiences. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the root causes of your porn addiction. And not only a root cause, but also a reason why you are unable to quit. And it's a big one. This one is anxiety. Anxiety is huge, and specifically anxiety around women, especially women that you are attracted to. Most men, when they're teenagers, when they're adolescents, and they get to a stage where, they find women attractive and you want to talk to them, maybe you want to date, have sex, be in a relationship, there's a certain amount of anxiety that many men experience. Some men less than others, but the vast majority who struggle with porn, without alcohol or drugs, they've always had this anxiety. The point I want to make here is that if you do not address your anxiety when it comes to speaking to and engaging with the women that you find attractive, over time, as you get older, 20s, 30s, 40s, it is going to follow you. And for those of my brothers who are over 30, those of my brothers who are in their late 30s and married, if you don't address it, you're fucked. You will never live it down. Never. It is going to follow you. I'm not talking about your financial success. I'm not talking about how it's going to affect your happiness or your contentment in life. I am just saying that when it comes to attractive women, if you did not go out there and put yourself out there in whatever capacity, I'm not talking about being a pickup artist. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm just talking about being a guy who could move past his anxiety and actually talk to the women that he was interested in without having too many regrets, then you're going to be fine if you could do that. But if you can't, every single woman you see, and they may have been hundreds of women that you saw, that you did not speak to, that you did not engage physically, I'm not talking about online or on Tinder or Bumble or any other dating apps, that you did not address directly in person, your brain is always keeping track of your wins and losses. And you're just taking L's. You're taking losses each time. Your brain remembers that. It remembers that you've seen over 500 women since the age of 17 that you wanted to talk to, but you didn't. Where do you think that stuff goes? You think it just disappears when you get married? Or when you start dating the only girl who approached you is the one you're dating? No, you're not going to live it down. So, what can we do about this? Well, the first thing we have to realize is that many guys use that anxiety as an excuse for general anxiety. Yes, there are men who have an anxiety disorder, but then there are just a lot of men who escalated that anxiety and magnified that anxiety into something that's much bigger than it actually is. When we look at the root cause, it's anxiety around women. And you're seeing these women who are very attractive, you experience a lot of anxiety, you want to stop feeling the anxiety, and you want to put aside whatever shame or guilt you have for objectifying these women. So you go back and masturbate to that woman, or you find a woman in porn that looks similar to her. This stuff carries on. What you're doing over time is you are constantly medicating your anxiety with pornography and masturbation. My personal story is that I had a lot of anxiety around women. I had a lot of insecurities. I believe that I didn't have the looks that it took to date women. I believe that I wasn't in the right financial situation. And to a certain extent, that was true. I could have improved my looks. I definitely could have improved my financial situation and my ability to be social. I could have been a much more sociable man with a lot more ambition. But I wasn't working on these things. I had a lot of anxiety, and I medicated that anxiety with alcohol. So I would go to bars and clubs, and I would drink. And once my inhibitions were lowered, then I felt like God. Then I would talk to women. But of course, it wasn't the authentic me, so I never got any sort of results. When I did start getting results as I got a little bit older, there was always alcohol involved. I was always tipsy or inebriated when I was engaging with a woman or having sex with a woman. And through my recovery, I discovered that the anxiety I had experienced when I was 16 years old, 17 years old, was the anxiety that I was medicating when I was 22 and 23 years old. So I had to do something about it. And I want to tell all of you guys out there who are still dealing with anxiety around women that it may be one of the toughest things that you're ever going to have to do. Because by the very nature of intersexual dynamics, the very nature of men and women's relationships, there is going to be rejection. And you are going to have to be able to handle the rejection. You're going to have to be able to understand how women think and how women respond to men. And you have to learn this because I believe it's a very important part of masculinity. I think it's a very important part of recovery as well. Some of you are married and it is what it is. You're in a committed relationship. You have to make the best of the relationship that you're in. Some of you are single or y'all are dating. This is the best opportunity for you to handle this area of your life. The way to handle your anxiety is to understand that everybody experiences anxiety. The President of the United States, he experiences anxiety. Oprah Winfrey experiences anxiety. Anybody you see on stage, any celebrity that you see on stage or in the movies, they experience anxiety as well. The difference between them and you is that they know how to act in spite of their anxiety. And that's all you need to do, regardless of how high or how intense your anxiety is. I don't care if it freezes you and you can't do anything. Understand that you can act in spite of it, and as long as you keep doing that on a consistent basis, it will become a habit. You may never get to the stage where you talk to any attractive woman that you see, but instead of in 10 out of 10 opportunities, you don't approach anyone, maybe now in 3 out of 10 opportunities, you actually make a move. And that can be enough to change your life. Because for many of you, because of your anxiety, you have no idea how awesome a man you are. Many of the men I speak to are really cool guys. They just don't know it. They really don't. And I'm talking to them, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is your problem, man? You sound like a cool guy. You got some things going on for you. I mean, there's nothing you've said, there's nothing you've demonstrated that would make me feel that you were a man who women would be repelled by. If you can have a good conversation with me, some guys are like hilarious. Some guys get on the phone. And I mean, they're struggling with a porn and masturbation addiction, but they crack me up. They're really funny guys. And I'm like, if you can make me laugh and you can have like a great engaging conversation with me, why are you still a virgin at 27 years old? Something is wrong. comes down to anxiety, of course, one of the things I'm going to be addressing later on is self-image. Please, guys, those of you with anxiety, my message for you today is understand that your anxiety is never going to completely disappear, and that you can act. You can always act in spite of your anxiety. That's my message for today. I'm almost at my destination. I would like to hear some of you guys' thoughts on anxiety and how it's affected your recovery. Serious question. Also, your thoughts on talking to women. Do you feel like you don't have a problem with it? Do you feel like maybe you're in denial about it? Some guys justify the anxiety by saying things like, oh, all women are bitches or whatever, or women in America are like this, or all girls who are that cute have a boyfriend. Whatever your excuses are, if you can identify them, leave them in the comment section. I really want to hear, okay? So I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, the way this channel grows is by you guys sharing the video with other guys who may find it beneficial. So like, comment, subscribe, and share it with other guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day.